to give it away. Give to charity, give to organizations that you believe in their mission and goals. Giving makes you feel so good when you can support someone. You know, I'll think of a thing, I'll tell you about one thing. One thing I love about Tony Warfield is that I call him a great connector. So he connected me with a woman named Deidre Handy, and she has an organization called Restoration Diversion Center. And what she does is she has a center that sits on the Blade in Compton, where the prostitutes walk back and forth, back and forth. And a lot of times they're very tired. This is, I mean, my heart literally went out. The young women are young women who are just, like I said, they're prostitutes, and they can't eat until they have made their quota for the day. So a lot of them just walk and they're tired. So this center is for them to drop in to take a nap, drop in to get some food, drop in to take a shower, to get supplies, whatever they need. She has it all there for them. She gives them a hug, she encourages them. She gives them a bracelet that says, "You are your sister's keeper." And so it just like touched my heart. And so now I have become partners, like not partner with her, but I take things to her. I take supplies, chips, granola bars, all the things that they need. She gives us a list of what they need. But I encourage you to find something that you have passion for. I have passion for that. Because, you know, the women in the room, we were all young women at one point, and their struggles, like a lot of times they had homes that were not fit for them to live in, and they ended up on the street. So, will you raise your hand?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for doing that. I'm a case manager at Restoration Diversion Services, and it's extremely appreciative because you said it best. They are hungry. So thank you for that.
Yeah, the work that they do is amazing. Thank you for chiming in, because she was there when we went last time and took supplies, and we're going to go back again. But it's just so, find something that you're passionate about. Find something you're passionate about that you can help, that you can give. Okay, so I don't know my timing, Tony. I'm probably a little over. Huh? 5? Oh my God. Okay, I gotta rush through then. So budgeting basics, key principles is being responsible. Take ownership of financial decisions and their consequences. Be accountable. Be transparent and responsible for how your resources are being used. You can hide your head under the pillow and like, oh, I don't think about it, because that's how I was. I'm telling you, I hated numbers, like literally. I don't want to talk about numbers. I don't want to do that. And that's how I got in financial trouble when I was younger, because I was making money. But it's not about how much you make. What is it? How much you keep. Not about how much you make. How much you keep, right? So make sure you have wisdom. Make informed decisions that align with long-term goals and values. And be content. Avoid greed and finding satisfaction in having enough. Example, minimalism. That's something that I've kind of adopted as a theory for my life. You don't need a lot of stuff. You really don't. You really only need what you need. You don't need a lot of stuff. About 4 years ago, I remodeled my home, and people thought I was crazy, but I threw everything out. Because they have to, like, gut. I threw everything away. I did. And you accumulate a lot of stuff after 30 years. You know, like all your kids' little projects and all the things. I threw everything away, and I only bought what I needed. One set of dishes, one set of silverware, one set of pots. Because I had like 20 or 30 of everything, or it was just too much. And clutter, I can't think around clutter. So minimalism is a thing, and it really works to help clear your mind. So you don't need a lot of stuff, and a lot of trinkets, and a lot of this and that. Manage your personal finances by budgeting, saving, and investing. Budgeting is a foundation of financial wealth. You must adopt an effective budgeting system to manage income and to equally significant expenses such as mortgage payments, insurance premiums, and ongoing costs. So basically, when you think of your budgeting, and I'll tell you this quickly, your housing should be 30% of your budget. Your savings should be 10% of your budget. You should have 10% go to an emergency fund. And then 15% investments, 20% discretionary income, and 35% expenses. I don't know if that adds up to 100. But basically, housing is first, right? You gotta pay all your housing expenses. You should have an emergency fund, so you should always start saving. Your emergency fund should be 3 months of your salary for work. So if you make $2,000 a month, you should have a $6,000 emergency fund. Of course, you're not gonna do that overnight, but you can start preparing. So say if you've never saved anything, you have a job, you make $2,000 a month, you've never saved. Start with saving for your emergency fund first. So put in $100 a month or whatever you can afford, $50 a month. I'm just making up numbers. Start, and then once you fund your emergency fund, like say once you get to the $6,000 mark, then you start saving for just a regular savings account. Maybe you want to use that for vacations. Maybe you want to use that for furniture or something else. Okay? And then after that, of course, you do your housing, your expenses, you do your emergency fund, you do your savings. And then whatever savings you have, you want to make sure you're investing that savings properly so that it makes babies, it makes money. Okay? I'm going to go faster. I'm going to move on quickly. Yes.
Can you give the percentages again?
Sure. So housing is 30%. Your expenses is 35%. 10% for your emergency fund, and 10% for savings. So if you start with your emergency fund and then you transition that to savings. Once you fund your emergency fund, then you keep saving, and then it just goes to a regular saving account. You can use that for vacations or whatever you want to use it for. You know, whatever you want to use it for. And then 15% for investments, and then discretionary income will be 20%, which is pretty.
120%.
Huh?
It's 100.
I know I told you I thought the numbers didn't add. So discretionary income, that would be after everything is, you have everything in place, right? We can't live just not ever having fun or having recreation. So you have to have a little bit for discretionary income. And the numbers are a little off, sorry, but just know that your housing is top. And then your expenses. And then your emergency fund should be 10, savings should be 10. And then whatever's left will be your discretionary. Okay? Okay. So set clear financial goals on how much you want to save monthly and what you're planning to use the money for. Do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. That's a quote by Warren Buffett. He's my favorite financial person in the world because he is a billionaire, maybe trillionaire by now. And he lives in the same home that he purchased in the same neighborhood he and his wife had for like 50 years. He could have a mansion if he wanted, but he lives in his same home. He's a very smart financial person, so look him up, Warren Buffett. Diversification, diversify your investment portfolios. There's stocks, bonds, mutual funds, self-directed IRAs. Real estate, I'm a fan of real estate. I'm a real estate investor. He told you I was working on 5 projects. I have about 4 now because we sold one. But 4 real estate projects that I'm working on that are properties that I've renovated and they're on the market to sell. Like I told you, I wasn't getting my ROI, the return on investment, so we flipped that to be a buy and hold, which means we're gonna rent the properties out. If you can't sell it, you just have to pivot and do something different. But I believe real estate's the best investment you can make because you have an asset, right? It's there. You're not gonna lose your money. Your money is sitting in the property. Okay, I'm gonna skip this life insurance because Tony can talk about that. Real estate investing, I'll skip that as well because I know I'm behind time, but you can read about it in your book. Okay, so avoiding common financial pitfalls. You can fall prey to financial missteps due to time constraints and lack of formal training in finances. Here are some key pitfalls to avoid. Top financial mistakes to avoid. High interest debt. Do not do payday loans because it will siphon your money out of your account, okay? If you have to do that, I'm not judging you because we've all done it in the past, maybe at some point in your life. But you want to avoid high interest predatory type debt. Just because you want to get something quick and they'll give it to you, but they're going to give it to you at a very high interest rate. So try not to use that type thing. It'll roll your wealth. Impulse purchases. The pressure to maintain an affluent lifestyle can lead to overspending. Prioritize needs over wants. Before you purchase something, ask yourself, do I need this? Or do I just want this? If you want it, you can hold off. If you need it, and you gotta have it, you do what you have to do to get it. But I have a thing that I use. I sleep on all major purchases overnight. So you know how if you go to try to buy a car or something big, they're gonna press you like, oh, you gotta do it today. Oh, you gotta do it today. Oh, you gotta sign. Oh, because the sale's gonna be off tomorrow. You gotta do it today. I always walk away. I always walk away. And what I do is think about it. I sleep on it overnight. And then I go back and then I go, maybe I don't really want this. Because it's important that you think about it. And then over leveraging investments. Avoid risky investments and promise quick returns without adequate research. And then neglecting financial planning. Many health, and that was from my other thing. Many healthcare professionals overlook comprehensive financial planning, collaborating with a financial advisor who understands the unique challenges faced by anyone, not just healthcare professionals, but anyone can be a valuable investment in your financial future. Here's a couple of books I recommend. The Wealthy Code by George Antone and The White Coat Investor. You don't need that one, but The Wealthy Code by George Antone is a really great financial book. And then a company called Finance. It's an online community. And of course, the Community Wealth Initiative. We have tons of resources here for you. We can connect you with what you need. Oh, and then Bigger Pockets is a great financial podcast as well. And I think that's it. You know, I was talking earlier about Restoration Diversion Center, and I think I see Deidre Handy in the room. Can you stand? That's Deidre. She's the one that runs the Restoration Diversion Center. And I don't know if you were here when I spoke about it, but we just talked about how great it was and how it just touched my heart. So you guys can talk to her if you want. If you need an avenue of giving, you can give. That's one place you can give to her organization. All right, thank you all. Oh, question, yes.
Who is the white coat by?
That's actually for finance, healthcare professionals, but do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. The White Coat Investor is by Jim Dahl. And that's really for doctors and nurses and folks like this. Okay? Thank you all for your time.
Woo, thank you. So y'all know she got other stuff to do, so she's probably gonna disappear in a minute, but y'all make sure y'all give us some love before she goes. One more time. All right, so today is pretty special. I got the chance to start off with Xavier, because I never get a chance to have a young person that sharp show up at any of my presentations, so I'm really excited about him being here. But I got a special guest for y'all today. I'm actually, do I look calm? Do y'all know that conversation about the duck on the water? The duck always looks cool on the top of the water, but under the water, your feet are just going nuts. That's me right now. Because who just walked in here today? I'm pretty excited. So when I got started, I got a really, really good boost from one of our local politicians who's no longer serving right now, but his help helped me actually start these financial workshops. This young lady, she was elected about 6 years ago, I think it was 6 years ago. And when I met with her, when she became the mayor, I believe the meeting that we had with this young lady was the first Black Caucus meeting that the city of Paramount has ever had. I mention that because it's important to me and other voters that are elected officials actually see the needs of the community. They actually appreciate them and do what is necessary to initiate whatever those needs are, to actually work on solutions. And for financial literacy, we understand it's an epidemic situation where this country and its residents are being taken advantage of financially. That's why they don't want you to know anything. They want you ignorant so they can continue taking advantage of you. So whenever you have an elected official that shows up that's in support of making sure that your hard-working dollars are working for you and your family rather than putting someone else in college, I think that's a big deal. So I could literally sit here and talk all day about this young lady, but I'm pretty excited. I know I look cool, but I'm a duck in the water. So I'm going to introduce my mayor. And I say she's my mayor because I voted for 3 people in my life. 3. I voted for Barack Obama, Tony Warfield, and my mayor, Brenda Olmos.
He's so funny. Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you guys are all up on a Saturday morning to come understand and learn about this. Let me just tell you, me and my husband walked in, and we listened to 5 minutes of your speech, and he's like, we need to sit down and have a meeting, honey, about the needs and wants, because it is so true what you mentioned in those 5 minutes, and just the importance of just how to like manage your money. And I think that's super important. And I just really, again, wanted to welcome you guys all here and really thank all the people that are here today to provide this information to not only just Paramount residents, but I'm sure people here from maybe Long Beach, Lakewood. What other cities are you from?
Long Beach.
Long Beach, there you go. So again, quick message, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I wanted to make sure that I was here to support Tony, because again, when you provide resources to a community, it is so important that you're doing this. And I hope we could take this class to students at a high school level, because you all know when we were growing up, we did not have this opportunity to learn about this.
That's right.
So again, I applaud you guys for being here on a Saturday morning to understand the process of financial needs. And again, thank you and welcome to the beautiful city of Paramount, and have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Can I have a picture real quick? Yolanda? Yolanda's still here? I want this picture. Are you kidding me? Don't make her show up. Y'all gotta excuse me, but I'm gonna take my photo off. However you want to do it.
Awesome. Ready, y'all? We're here at 3, 1, 2.
Good. All right, that's just evidence, that's all.
If you guys are hanging out in Paramount today, we also have another great event happening at 2 o'clock. We have our first brewery opening in the city of Paramount at our Trumpetia. So that is at 2 o'clock, from 2 to 10. They're going to be having a grand opening here. They're going to have a photo walk. And then don't forget, we're also building a museum right behind you all. So that's going to be happening in the next few months. So a lot of good things coming to Paramount. So.
I love it. Now, how y'all like that? So, I know y'all probably need to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, and do whatever. Take 5, and we'll get back in and we'll get started with this beautiful young lady right here. So, take a few moments to stretch your legs. Well, I can say hello to people. Hi.
Made it so it made
Thank you.
mind blowing. It means a lot. This is amazing.
Yeah, that was great. That was so informational. Like, this is so just text me.
I'm really excited, actually. Yes, I don't mind it.
Thank you.
They're gonna have another workshop by all of the most of the first is but it's still can get this and the next is
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody. Man, this is what happens when you have this many people. Y'all break. Come on back. Oh, they're having up with the mayor right now. Come on back, everyone, please. All right, thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, Mayor Olmos. Thank you, David. And the rockets red glare.
That part, I don't even know if I fly, I'm like, wait, wait.
Come on, Cindy gonna kick me out in a minute, y'all. So let's do this. All right, everyone, come on back. Let's do this.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Like a little bit here. There you go.
So thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate that. How's that for the mayor coming out today? What do y'all think about that, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, when your elected officials show up like that, that's why they should be elected. just so you know. Not just for a photo op, but actually be here for an opportunity. So we're gonna keep this ball rolling right here. I'm gonna bring up a good new friend of mine, Miss Gloria. I'm gonna tell you why I love Miss Gloria. I know, y'all know how to read, right? So I don't need to give y'all the clinical bio, but I'm gonna give you why I love this person, right? So she invited me to talk to her AARP group. And let me tell you, what a warm welcome, warm reception I got there. Whenever you get a chance to speak to groups and they don't throw you out, they must be interested in what you have to say. And I think they were only interested because she must have talked me up really, really good before I got there. So I really appreciate her for that. She's going to be talking to y'all about home buying today. Many of you might already be homeowners. You might be considering reverse mortgages, HELOCs, HELoans, or anything like that. This is the young lady that I highly would suggest that you talk to her about because she has access to information that even I don't. So without further ado, I'd like to give you Miss Gloria Bradley. I'm going to take my mints back.
My shoes are squeaky.
So I look at the memo on these blue blazers though, right? What's going on? That's beautiful. Okay, thank you. Take it away.
No. When I was looking to buy a home, I got over 30-something no's. Who like the word no? Nobody. Okay. Sometimes it's good to get a no, right? But over 30-something no's. And this is over 15 years ago. In 2008, the real estate market crashed. Over 6 million people lost their homes. 6 million homes into foreclosure. And I was almost 6,000,001. A year prior, I was in escrow. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. This loan is too much. This loan is too much. I even gave my car away and I almost gave it away, but one of those loan programs, you give them the title and they give you some money. And then it was an adjustable. We're going to talk about an adjustable rate. That means whatever the interest rate is what your mortgage is. And that's what happened in 2008. The interest rate went up so high that people's mortgage was like 3 times. And I'm so glad that I came to my senses and said, wait a minute, I need to turn this yes into my own no. Sometimes we need to bury our own dreams because there's a time and a season. I am also author of a book called Revive Your Dreams that are buried 6 feet. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, the dream of home ownership. Because it happened 15 years ago. But I went through over 30-something no's. So as a realtor, when you're looking to buy, I don't know how many you're buying or renting or want to buy again. I run into a lot of people who have inherited homes and losing homes. Now they're talking about buying another home, and they're trying to sell that home and still don't understand the process of buying. But when I took that step of faith, we were in a recession. The world was still in a recession after 2008. By 2010, 11, and everybody was running in fear. In fear. Just like right now, there's always things happening in the world. There's always things happening in life. Don't let that stop you. So I'm here not only just to encourage you, but to educate you. But I've been there. I've been there. But I walked into the bank in Pasadena, Citibank. Even though my friends was like, wait a minute, you gonna buy a home? I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, wait a minute, people are losing their jobs. I'm like, well, there's a recession. I'm like, my God, ain't no recession. Okay, yes. I walked in Citibank, of course I had an appointment, I knew what documents that they want. Went in there, the banks were looking at throwing money to people. Because ain't nobody showing up. Everybody, not everybody, but a whole lot of folks is in fear. And I commend you guys for coming here. Because it took faith to come here, because anytime that you have to take your jacket off, you have to take off the makeup, right? And really dig deep into your financial portfolio, sometimes it can create fear. Because of our mistakes, the things that we've done. I've been there. But we're gonna walk in faith, right? So I walked in that bank, and they say, here you go, Gloria. Now, it was only $129,000. How many think that homes are too high in California? Okay, we'll go to Texas. I'm just kidding. So I said, okay. And I looked. I'm like, okay, there's a house somewhere, an apartment, a condo, something that I can get for $129,000. And I got them looking. Okay. After I probably fired about 3 agents. Okay. And we're going to talk about agent relationship. Everybody's not going to jail. I always see this, hey, I got your life in my hands. Okay, but I don't profess to be perfect, but we try to work out what we need to work out, right? But also too, if you say that you want a 2-bedroom, I'm not going to try to find you a 1-bedroom. Right? And so you want to write the vision down. You want to know exactly what are you looking for. Now that can change, because I only thought I could afford a condo downtown Long Beach. Okay, that was my dream city. After I realized, I remind myself it was my dream city. Because those 30-something offers, that means that my realtor put in an offer for me to buy a home. I was all over the city. I thought I was going to live in Azusa. I had an offer on a duplex in Whittier that needed foundation work. I had a beautiful condo that I was praying about. I had everybody praying because it had a view of the Queen Mary, and I was like, I know this is the one. Okay, call my aunt, she inspired me into real estate. I'm like, hey, I know this is the one. I believe it's the one. Pray, And then I got the no. I'm like, what? God, what's going on? A lot of times we're going to blame God, but I'm like, okay, all right. But here's the beauty. In your book, we talk about down payment assistance programs. It is just so important for you to be in financial position of readiness. That's what this financial legacy is. It's about getting you in ready position in whatever your dream is. When I had to evaluate my own finances, it took me a year to save. It didn't happen right away. And I just came out of divorce. Okay? Now that was a good thing, okay. Now no couples, don't be divorcing, okay, but, all right. So I'm in ready position, which means I have a pre-approval, my finances in order, and a down payment assistance program. So in your book, it talks about the LIPA, MIPA programs. It talks about the HOP programs. I think you're on page, let's see here. Is that 2 or 2? So the HOP program, there's a Norwalk program, but at the time, the city of Long Beach had a down payment assistance program. I was like, okay. I applied, and I received over $178,000 to add to already the 129 that I had. So that brought me up to being able to purchase a home at 310-ish. 15 years ago, 310, okay? And so we're gonna be talking about equity. So if you look on let's go into page 32. When I pay on my mortgage, the mortgage goes down, which increases equity in the property. But also, what's happening in our world of real estate can also play a part into how much equity I have in my home. Okay? Everybody get that?
Mm-hmm.
So let me finish on this 178,000. So with down payment assistance programs, not all of them, but a high percentage. There are some grant programs. Like I saw in the book here, it talks about the Green Line program. That's a grant. Grant is what? Free money. What I call free. Now a lot of a lot of times we'll have rules, like some say, okay, well you have to live in the home for at least up to 5 years, and then the grant goes away, you don't have to pay it back. But if you sell it prior to that, then you have to pay it back, okay? I guess I'm doing the slide here, right? Who's he got there up there? I'm the goat, okay. I would say bad, but that's the sheep. What's the noise of the goats? Okay. We're gonna talk about renting versus buying. So down payment assistance programs, so the kind that I have is the silent second. So I can only afford, what was the amount, anybody remember? Okay, 129,000. So with the additional 178, it elevated my purchase price. So I went from only being able to purchase a condo to being able to purchase a house. So currently I bought a foreclosure in Bixby Knolls in Long Beach. Now all foreclosures are not fixer-uppers. Okay, I even worked with $1 million foreclosures. They were looking good, they just couldn't pay the bill and whatever reason. So, but with the equity in the home, I'm able to, like 15 years later, it's like doubled. Now this is the difference from a reverse mortgage. So if you're looking to build equity, reverse mortgage is not the way to go, because you're not paying your mortgage, but the mortgage is still being added to your loan. So your loan doesn't go down, it continues to increase. So if you're looking at leaving an inheritance, may not be no money there on a reverse mortgage. But hey, if that's what you gotta do, you do it. Are you guys with me? You guys with me? Okay. Now what is the benefit of renting? Okay, yes. When I came a homeowner, I took a picture of my face. I said, let me do a selfie. Hey. And when something broke down, I called myself. Okay, I called myself. So like you said, the benefits of renting. What's the benefits of owning? Equity, okay.
Fixed finance.
Huh?
Fixed finance.
Fixed finance?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the increase in rent.
Yes. Okay, now sometimes you may come across, if taxes kind of change a little, you may have that supplemental tax thing, but very, 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 very small. And so, but also too, as earlier talking about investment, you can say, okay, I got some equity in the property, well, let me pull it out, and now let me go buy a rental, right? Let me go buy some investment property. So what works for you, right? So when you rent, you're paying somebody up with mortgage, but that's not a bad thing if you're the owner. Right? Right? And so now a lot more cities are allowing ADUs. Anybody know what an ADU is? Right. So maybe you take your garage and convert it into income property. Right? All right. Okay. Now, let me go to the next one. So, rent versus buy, we already kind of talked about it, but different government loans. So you have FHA, you have VA, everybody knows VA is veterans, right?
Yes.
Now, then you have conventional. Now, FHA, one thing that people really love it because it gives you an opportunity to put less down. Some banks, if you're doing conventional loan, they may require like about 5% down. Okay. Now, a lot of these home buyer down payment assistance programs, you may only have to put up 1%. 1%. Now, one thing is great too, is that as your I would say your financial situation increase, your mortgage still stay the same. My income is totally different from 15 years ago, but my mortgage hasn't changed. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Yes. And so this can happen for you too. And this particular program, I only had to come up with 1%, $3,000 down. Yes. And a lot of these programs still exist now. Yes. So when we think about, is California more than other places? Oh yeah, I sold in Arizona, I sold in Vegas, I sold in Texas. So yes, but we want to live here in California. Okay, so we want to live in Cali, okay? Then we just got to tap into the resources and the options that we actually have. Okay, and I think that home buyers bill that was on the Senate, folks have been coming through as well, all right? So, let's dig a little deeper. So, we talked about what equity is, right? And then we talked about appreciation. So let me give you a clear definition here. How am I good on time right now, Tony?
Warren, 12 minutes.
Huh?
You have 12 minutes left.
Oh, 12 minutes. Okay, you guys. Can someone pass out, I'm going to pass out a form. Can you? Okay, you guys do? Okay, thank you. So, let me give you just an example here. So we know equity and appreciation, the value goes up. Let me give you an example. There's a chart in your book. Here, the chart here. Let's say the first year, the loan value is $400,000. And the loan is $400,000. How much equity you're gonna have? Zero. Okay? Now the next year, your home value is $412. Your loan balance is $389,800. And so you've gained about $22,200 in equity. See, a lot of times people think that, thank you. A lot of times people think that when interest rates go down, that is the perfect time to buy. No. Because the home buying gonna go up. So you can actually make more money in equity than you would in trying to save 1 or 2 points in an interest rate. And then also too, you can even buy down interest rates. You can buy 1 point, or you can also, what's called a 2-1 buy down, and get the seller to give you money to be able to buy it down. It's called a 2-1 buy down rate. Okay, so as you see, as you continue to make mortgage payments, then your mortgage goes down, you're building equity, right? And appreciation. So I mentioned about loans. One thing about VA loan, if you have a VA loan now, any of my vets here, You can also buy another home if it's going to be your primary residence. Fixed rate mortgages, now most banks do. You don't want to do the adjustable, okay? Because that's what has happened a lot through the real estate market crash. People had that adjustable rate and what we call an ARM, right? And then also jumbo loans. So the home buying process. So the process has changed within probably the last couple of years. So when you're looking to buy a home, any open house is public. How many of you been looking? Anybody been looking? You've been looking on Zillow and, Redfin and, okay, yeah, some of you been sneaking like that. Okay. So, and it's good to keep up on what's happening with the market. There is so much information out there, you guys. Some information just ends up just scaring you from wanting to buy. Do not listen to all of that. That's why when you get your financial situation, taken care of, and when you talk with a lender, because the lender is going to tell you exactly what's going on. You can't just go by the Credit Karma and, oh, this is what my credit score is. And then also, too, to improve your credit is free to do. There's organizations that give you credit counseling, and it's free to do. But not until, I'm like, hey, if I'm trying to get your money, then I'm gonna talk to you, right? Because I need your money. I need the lender to give me the money, so I need them to look at my financial portfolio. And so the lender's gonna tell you two things. Anybody know what those two things are? What do you think? They're gonna tell you two things, huh? Thank you, yes. But not only just deny, if you have a good lender and a good realtor, then they should be telling you, okay, then this is what we need to do to help you get into position of home ownership, okay? So, one of the big things that have changed in our industry, the process to home ownership is you have regular steps, which you have, but the number one thing that has changed in our industry is agent relationship. And so this is the time that you need to make sure that you protect yourself. If you decide to go to an open house, know what you're signing. They may ask you, okay, sign in, because I've had people that they didn't realize they signed a contract for the realtor to represent them for that particular property. So you need to ask questions. But we do have to, like, I can't take you to show a property unless I have a buyer's representation agreement. There's 4 things. Write down these 4 things. And you have my Revive Your Dream, the home ownership, okay? So, number 1, what is the length of the contract? Now the contract, I have a contract here, it is like 17 pages. Most of it is disclosures, but the 4 things are, okay? What is the length of the contract? The maximum length is 90 days. But you can do a contract for 1 day. No, I'm gonna hire you for 1 week. Okay, I'm gonna hire you for the day and see how you do. Also, commission. Now, a high percentage of sellers, when you put in an offer, will pay your buyer's agent commission? A high percentage do. But it's not a guarantee. You are hiring an agent to represent you. And it's very important to have that representation. So, we have length of time, right? We have commission, and then you have your location. Like I met someone, I have a condo for sale in downtown Long Beach, 1 bedroom, very cute, on the promenade, give me a call. And so the guy that came to my open house, he said, hey, my mom, they were helping their mom, and they said that their mom was selling a home, they're in escrow up in Apple Valley, which I sold in Apple Valley. Actually, after I leave here, I gotta head up to Riverside. And they said, well, Gloria, we want to hire you because you down here in Long Beach because my mom want to live on this end. Okay? So I verify, okay, you don't have any contract with the agent besides the listing, yeah, okay? So you got your location, you can do more than one realtor. But on the contract, number 4 is write down exclusive or non-exclusive. Exclusive or non-exclusive. So you can decide on, hey, I'm only gonna be working with you, you're my agent only, or you can do non-exclusive and say, hey, okay, I'm gonna work with you, but I'm also gonna work with some other agents, and whoever the best woman or man, realtor, that finds me the property that I wanna buy, that's who I'm going with. Okay, but you have to disclose that. You have to disclose that and have that, that conversation. So, real quick, look at my Revive Your Dreams home ownership. Tony, did you get this? So as I said, for many years, this is my book that I authored last year, How to Revive Your Dreams. And we all have a dream, right? And sometimes we think that our dreams are dead, but we can revive them. So here's some action items for you to do. Check your credit. You can do the free annual credit report. The government has, they did this a long time ago where the credit bureaus have to give you your credit report, not the score. If you want the score, you gotta pay for it, right? And then start with increasing savings. Like I said, I saved for like a whole year. I was on lockdown. You want to be on lockdown. They were already talking about earlier about ways to save. Be on lockdown, COVID your finances, okay? So during that year, if somebody was asking me to go out, I'm like, okay, you paying, because I'm trying to buy me a house. Okay, and I was coupon queen for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and I need to get back to couponing so I can save some money, right, Tony? So help me with my finances. So you want to gather the documents that you actually need, right? What are some of the documents? Anybody know?
Tax return.
Tax returns. Huh? Yes, your bank statements, your income. Now, let me just say this. Lenders love fixed income. So don't think that if you're on the SSI, disability, pension, whatever, they love because it's fixed income. Okay, that's the person I'm going with up in Riverside, fixed income. Okay, but she has a pre-approval. Okay, lender, she went to the lender and they lent to her. So of course, homebuyer's education is very, very important, knowing what your down payment. And this is why it's so important when you meet with a realtor, because there's so many different programs out there. Every lender doesn't qualify for one of these down payment system programs. So it's very important to make sure that when you're interviewing realtors, that you ask those questions. What are the resources that you have? What are the lenders that you're working with? If you want a down payment assistance program, who is approved for that? Because you want to make sure, right, that you get represented. And then here, I want you to take some actions. So if you can repeat after me, I will what? Prepare.
Yes.
I will prepare.
Yeah.
And what's the next one?
I will believe.
I will believe. Now, I'm a woman of faith, but whatever you believe, you gotta believe.
Yes.
Okay? You gotta believe. And it's not impossible. I've seen so many miracles. I just did a documentary, it just was released through a down payment assistance program called Arrive Home. And they got a down payment assistance program. And so, but also too, things are really varied. So, home ownership is possible. California is a beautiful city. If this is where you want to live, then get the resources. They are out there. They are out there. They are out there. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
They are out there. And so I'm just, really just excited. So here's some action items It's not impossible. So any questions?
Get the resources.
Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, say you're a first time buyer and you have a brother who was a VA. Could he still get a VA, live in the home with you as a first time buyer and still get different loans, or he has to basically be living by himself?
Are you talking about using his VA, or he's just gonna be with you?
Using his VA.
Yeah, it would be him that would be buying the home.
Because, well, because he has Alzheimer's,
Okay.
it's like, his wife is trying to kick him out, so I want to bring him to my home.
Okay.
And therefore, make sure that he's taking care of property.
Right, right.
Therefore, since I'll be the first time home buyer, I could get my own loan through that program. But because I want to make sure he's taken care of in the home, I don't want him to go back to the system.
Right. Now, you're not able to use his VA, but that's definitely a conversation to have. Yeah, because there's some people, like I have a client now, I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and big bear. Anybody want to live here? Hey, talk to me. Okay. Where the wife had, she has right of, what do you call it? Yes, he has power of attorney due to the fact of the change in her husband's condition. You know, but here there's also a wife involved, so I would definitely, you know, speak with attorney, get some legal advice on how to actually do that. Yeah. Okay. Because if it's in California too, California has what's called community property. So even if, let's say that the wife was over it, they bought a home, she would still be a part of that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's a big system.
Yeah. So hey, call me. You know, yeah. So anything else? Who's excited about home ownership? Thank you. Yes, it can happen. I think, let's see here. There we go. There's my info.
Yes.
You can revive your dream. I have you guys ever read like someone has like a quote, right? I'm trying not to walk because I'm squeaking. My shoes are squeaking.
It's everyone behind you, that's
Okay. So I have a quote, and it says, "No dream is buried too deep that God cannot revive."
Beautiful.
It is a faith walk. In my book, I talk about Cinderella. I love that story. As a kid, Cinderella really inspired me. And she was like in this chair, in this room with ashes all over her face. And she started singing, "In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be." And I'm like, woo, that inspired me as a kid. It's like, wait a minute, people are treating you like crap, and people who love you, and all these, your dad died, and all these things that are happening in your life, and you still got faith. It's believing, right? All right.
Yeah.
Let's give her a hand, everybody. So, real quick, she was just singing, right? So, this room, we actually had about 20 more people that were supposed to be here, but apparently Mary J. Blige is in Las Vegas right now, and they all went to her concert. So, for all of you who did not go to Mary J. and came here, you still got somebody singing for you. All right, so I want to sneak one more presenter in here before we go to lunch. So forget about that 5 minutes that you just saw. It didn't happen. All right. I want to bring this young lady up because you just had the realtor's perspective. Would anybody like to hear the perspective of a loan professional? Yes. I think the person who's going to actually give you the money is probably important to listen to. Right? I think I want to bring this young lady up. She's actually the mother of that young lady back there all the way in the back. And she says, "Tony, you need to talk to my mom. I said, why do I need to talk to your mama? I'm not that old. You know, not that she's old, but I'm like, dang, your mama? Damn. She says, no, she's a loan professional. I said, yeah, I need to talk to your mom because, brother needs some money, right? But the one thing that I've learned is when you're trying to get, I'm a veteran, so as a veteran, there's a lot of opportunities out there for us to get things, right?
Yes.
But, people who did not serve in the United States military, that doesn't mean they shouldn't get something, right? They should have some kind of opportunities to get some assistance when they try to get a home. But that's not my purview. I don't know anything about it. So she says, hey, let me share some information with you. So she sends me this email. I don't have any hair, right? No hair? Okay, great. Well, when I read this list of grants, available grants, my hair stood up. Right? And I was like, no, we need to get you up in this meeting to talk about this. So normally I would have Dr. Lori Gibbons come here and talk to you about taxation. You probably see that on section, course number 3. But I wanted to have this special person come in because let me tell you about home ownership from my perspective. I'm a resident of Paramount. I've been trying to buy a house in this city for 9 years now, and nothing, yes, April, 9 years. Right? Nothing that I wanted has come up. The 3 opportunities that I had to get a house. There was a house, April, there's a house on Harrison that's 3,456 square feet, and it has an ADU that was already there. And at the time that I applied for it, I got a sore subject. This is why I'm loving that you're here, by the way. So at the time that I applied for it, the house, the asking price was $850,000. I qualified for $779 as a single income earner, right? I was lonely. I was lonely. So it was just me. So I couldn't get that extra money. Had I known about any grant or any down payment assistance, and this is with the VA loan, by the way, right? Had I known about any of the assistance, I would not be giving all my money in rent to someone else's mortgage.
Yes.
I say that again. I would not be giving all my money in rent to someone else's mortgage. I'd be paying mine. And by now, I probably would have been halfway done with it. So I really want y'all to pay attention to this young lady as she shares a little. I know I'm supposed to read the bios. They can read, all right? But I want to get into the meat. So she's giving you a couple of handouts. So I want to make sure you guys have it. She'll show you exactly what they are. But without further ado, I'd like to bring up Miss Brenda Robinson of New American Funding. And that t-shirt she's got on is fire. It's a fire.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Glad to be here this morning. I was looking forward to this all for the couple of times that Tony and I spoke. And I thank my daughter for sharing my information with Tony. I'm Brenda Robinson. I've been doing real estate financing for over 30 plus years. My background is underwriting, so you can ask me any questions that you like. I've done sales, I've done just the whole gamut in real estate, and I love it. And I'm hoping my daughter will continue to follow my footsteps. Also here on the first slide, let me get a copy here. Also, I want to thank Rosa Amaya, who joined me today. She's on our Inglewood team. So I'm the branch manager in Inglewood, right there on Manchester, 2 blocks west of Crenshaw. And so Rosa's here too, so thank you, Rosa, for coming out. And on this first slide here is just a picture of our Inglewood team. There's 5 of us. Our experience, we have worked together for many, many years. So I gave you their NMLS number and their phone numbers. You can call anyone on the team or call myself or Rosa. We'd be more than happy to answer a question. We are the brand. We've been doing this a long time, and I'm gonna have Rosa tell a little bit about her experience. She was a head counselor before. So we have a lot of experience. So today, I'm gonna talk about some of our down payment programs. Let me ask you this. I sold my house 5 years ago.
Am I a first-time home buyer?
Yes.
I am? Why am I a first-time home buyer?
3 years.
3 years. So a lot of these programs, you have to be a first-time home buyer. So that means you have not owned a home during the past 3 years. Okay? So on the first slide here, this is through my city program. And this is the income limits here. So let me ask you this. So there's a low income and a moderate income. Say my household is 4 people. To get down payment assistance, how much does my income has to be, or under what amount? Say I'm 4 people in the household, husband and wife and 2 kids, and I want to purchase a home. There's 2 levels. I want to make sure everyone sees that. So what are the income? To be low income, my income has to be below what? 133,250, yes. And so this is the City of Los Angeles program. So for this program, it's called LIPA, Low Income Purchase Assistance. This program provides up to $161,000 to help you on your purchase. Did everyone hear that? $161,000. And then I'm gonna talk about some grants. There's a grant that we can add to it. So a person who meets that category, so is by household size. So if my household is 5 people, my income has to be less than what?
$143,900.
Right, and I can qualify for the assistance. That program also requires that whoever on the loan has a 660. They look at everybody in the household, anyone over the age of 18, they're gonna run their credit, they're gonna ask if they have income, and all of that goes into it. But that person does not have to be on your loan. So it's based on household. A lot of programs are based on household income. Some programs are based on just the income of the borrower on the loan. So there's different ways that we look at it as real estate professionals. If you're moderate income will get up to $115,000 towards the purchase. So let's take an example. There's 3 people in the household. My income has to be less than how much? No. To get moderate income, up to 115. So my income has to be under 161,750. If my income is higher than 119,000, but less than 161,000, I still qualify. So I can qualify for 115,000. And does everybody understand what this does? What is it gonna do? If I'm buying, say we're both competing and we're buying the same house, we're qualifying for 500,000. Who's gonna have the lower payment, the lower mortgage? Which one? 2 people. One is getting down payment assistance, one is not. Who's gonna have the lower down payment? Who's gonna have the lower mortgage? With the down payment. The down payment can help reducing PMI. As you know, anytime that you're purchasing a home and you're putting less than 20% down, you're gonna have what's called PMI, mortgage insurance. But using the down payment assistance helps make that down payment, makes the home more affordable for you. And so on the next page there, it tells you for this City of Los Angeles, the sales price, if you're using any of these programs, LIPA or MIPA, the sales price limit is $900. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Is that better? Okay, sorry about that. So the income limit, the sales price limit, if you're purchasing within the City of Los Angeles for the LIPA or MIPA program, is up to $956,000 sales price. So right now, you know, all the prices are pretty expensive, so this helps. And if you can get down payment assistance, it's gonna make it more affordable. This next one here, talks about a little bit more about the LIPA and MIPA program. If you look at that one, this slide, this handout. So it talks about the programs and, the property must be in the city of Los Angeles. And you'll be surprised, so the communities in Los Angeles, it goes from the Valley to Hollywood, to East LA, to Harbor City. Those are all communities within the city of Los Angeles. I did put in the handout, a list of all the communities within the city of Los Angeles. So you can take a look at that. And that's just one program. There are many programs. I'm gonna have Rosa come. She just did a closed a loan here in Linwood, and were able to get up to $200,000 in down payment assistance. I want Rosa to talk a little bit about that one. But there's many programs. What I encourage you to do, once you identify where you want to live, call City Hall to find out if they have any first-time home buyer program. But before you do that, I want to make sure what Gloria had said. Get a copy of your credit report. You can go to annualcreditreport.com. There should be no surprises when you sit down with a lender like myself or Rosa who's here. You need to know what's on that report, and if there's any inaccuracies, get them off. But once a year, you can get a free credit report. Take advantage of that. There should be no surprises when you sit down with a lender like myself. You need to know what your credit is. I can even tell you it's very easy to calculate how much home you can afford. So there should be no surprises. Another program that in your package is the HOP program, the HOP 80%. It goes off of 80% of AMI. So let me ask you this. I want to make sure everybody understands this chart. So just say it's one person in my household and my income is $91,000. Am I low income or am I moderate income? Just want to make sure everyone knows that. What is the answer? Low income. Because low income on this chart, the first chart I showed you, on this chart, for one person household, to be low income, the income has to be under $93,300. They're considered low income. That's correct. So this talks about a different program from the city of Los Angeles. This is the HOP program. HOP provides 20% of the sales price up to $100,000. So that's another down payment assistance. You live in the property for 16 years. Some programs participate in equity share. But under the HOP program, if you stay in for 16 years, you only pay the down payment back. So it's not, after 16 years, there's no more equity share. So there's some of the programs, and I gave an example here under the city of Los Angeles, they do share in your equity. A lot of people don't like that because they share in my equity. But if that's gonna get you into that home, I think yes.
That's right.
Yes, if it's gonna get you into that home, do it.
Yeah.
You don't have, this doesn't have to be your house that you want for the rest of your life. This can just be something, a stepping stone to get you where you wanna go. So I'm a firm believer in the down payment assistance, which
That's right.
they would have had that around when I was first purchasing.
Yes.
The next slide here, I encourage everyone, if you are a first-time home buyer, to take a first-time home buyer class. There's a lot of nonprofit agencies, and there's a list in here of approved home buyer HUD certified counseling agencies, and their phone numbers. I encourage you to do that. If you have issues with your credit and you need to take care of something, I encourage you to set an appointment with one of the HUD approved counselors to take care of that. But I'll tell you this. I've seen where a person has worked on their own credit report. I mean, I know there's credit report agencies out there, and maybe they do good work, but when I have seen credit reports, the FICO scores increase more than 100 points is where the consumer has sat down, taken the time to write their own letters. And I've seen FICO scores go up over 100 points doing that. So be careful, you can do it. What I want to get across is that you can do it on your own. You don't have to pay a credit agency repair company, you know. Let's see, there's another, okay. On this here, this is the College FA. They recently had the California Dream for All. Everyone knows about the California Dream for All? That was where they're providing 20% of the sales price for down payment. We had, $300 million, and the governor approved to allow those funds. This is our second time that we've done the California Dream.
Some of those pages are missing in ours.
Oh, okay. If so, we have other copies here. But this tells you, and they just increased their income limits. It was, if you're buying, every county has an income limit. If you're buying in LA County, as long as the income is under $211,000, and that just increased to $214,000, then you may qualify for this program. Now, I'm going to just share 2 grant programs, okay? What I was talking about earlier was down payment assistance. You're going to pay that money back. And some of those programs, they do share in your appreciation, okay? And I gave an example in there of how it's calculated. But I have 2 other programs called the Green Line Home Program and the Inglewood Initiative. The Green Line Home Loan Program is a grant up to $35,000. If you're an LA resident and you're purchasing in LA County, you may be eligible for this grant. It's forgiven over 3 years. You stay in the house for 3 years, and that $35,000 is fully forgiven. You do not have to, you won't owe anybody on that. It's fully forgiven. Yes?
What is it called again?
The Green Line Grant. Okay? And so that's really nice. And then they have now in Inglewood, we have what's called the Inglewood Initiative, and that is $100,000. Did everyone hear me how much I said? $100,000. So you can combine the Green Line Grant, with the Inglewood Initiative, $100,000, plus the Green Line Grant, because Inglewood is in LA County. That's $135,000 free money. The Inglewood Initiative is forgiven over 5 years. The Green Line Grant is forgiven over 3 years. So these are just some of the programs. And also the last, here I did some of the capital. This is a $55,000 down payment assistance that's offered through Montebello Development Corporation. They have plenty of funds, so every county has an income limit. So for, I think in your handouts, I put the Riverside and the Orange County. So Riverside, if it's a household of one, remember a household of one, 80% of AMI here for LA County was $93,300. If you're buying in Riverside or San Bernardino, the income, 80% of AMI is $68,900. So it's a little bit less for Riverside or San Bernardino. However, if you were buying in, I didn't put it in here, Orange County, that income is a little bit higher. Rosa, do you mind sharing some of the Linwood? One of the things we do too is we do what's called layer financing. So we have, I just closed recently a layer with 5 different layers. I did a HOP first, I did a Green Line second, I did, what did I do third? I did a car loan on that one, and I did Habitat Greater Los Angeles. Occasionally they have funds and they'll call us and say, you know, we have some funds, can you use this on any of your loans? So Rose has done 6 layers within the last year. I mean, it's a lot of hard work that we put in on that, but we're experienced, we do them quite a bit. I'm gonna have her talk about the Linwood program. And I'm told there's a Paramount program.
there is the Paramount program. Thank you very much, everyone. This is a great step that you take here. Thank you for having us being here, the community coming out. So the city of Paramount does offer a program as well. We closed with Linwood. They offer up to $200,000 in assistance. Up to $200,000 in assistance. And we're here. So what they offer is a simple interest loan, which means it's not going to accrue interest over interest. It's one time a year that you pay that. And when we closed our first loan, we were like, what? 3% simple? Are we sure we're looking at this document correct? And we verified. So we closed our second loan, and that first loan that we closed had the Green Line grant as well. So the borrower actually obtained $235,000. That's $35,000 that was forgiven is going to be forgiven after 3 years, and then the $200,000 is going to be paid after 30 years when they finish paying their first mortgage. So they do follow income guidelines, which is the 80% average median income of the LA County. Some cities may increase that number based on the need of the community. So that number may be different every city that's available. City of Paramount sounds, I was reading the information, I wasn't fully prepared for it, but they are able to go up to 150% of average median income, and they can provide up to 30% of the purchase price. So I'm going to confirm that. I did talk to the mayor. She mentioned that there are some programs available, and I have to confirm those last numbers. But every city has different down payment programs. And one thing that we do is we go out and find it. We go and get approved with them because every lender has to be approved with that program. The city next to us, Bellflower, Norwalk has had funds as well. I did submit an application for Bellflower. They're down to their last funds, up to $75,000. So if the money's out there, we'll look for it. We'll be out there with you looking for the assistance because we understand the need in order to make that mortgage payment affordable to you. With the prices are out there today, we have to layer on top of layering, and we are happy to do the work as long as you're willing to provide us an arm and a leg. I'm just kidding, not an arm and a leg, but you will be providing us with a lot of documents. I tell people, you're gonna have to provide us blood next. No, not blood, but that's how we feel sometimes. It might be overwhelming for you, but we're there to do the packet. As long as you give me the documentation that I need. I have a file right now that has 4 different layers. The city of LA, Green Line, and it has the car grant that just opened up as well. That's a small grant that offers $5,000, and you're able to use that funds to either pay your closing costs or buy down the rate. So it's an amazing program, and that one's forgiven right away. Last year it was $10,000. This year the funds came in a little bit lower, so they're able to provide $5,000 to service more individuals. So
does that apply to veterans also?
Everyone.
Right, the car grant is as long as you're, when your agent, one of the agents on the transaction is a member of the California Association of Realtors.
So as long as we're working with a certified agent in the state of California, you're good to use that program. And it could be either your agent or the seller agent that's approved with them. So as long as you have one of those two, you're good to go. So it's an amazing program. Let us know if you're interested. We'll be more than happy to do the search with you. Thank you.
And one other thing too, most of these programs require that you be able to show that you have been able to accumulate 1% of your own funds. Now, with the Green Line grant, I'm sorry. Sorry. So most of the programs require you to come in with a minimum of 1% of your own funds. We want to see that you've been able to save 1%. It cannot be a gift. If you do need more funds, they can be gift funds, but we want to see that you have some skin in the game. And so most of the programs require 1%. Occasionally, if we're using the Green Line with some other programs, it may require up to 3%. 1% from you, the rest can be a gift. But there's a lot of down payment assistance programs out there, and especially I think people need that now when prices are so expensive here in California. They ask me, you know, should I wait? What do you think? I tell them, no, if you can afford that payment, purchase now. Because when rates do fall, they're gonna fall for everybody, and there's going to be maybe where sellers are more, can ask for higher prices. Yes.
So the income, they're looking at income, do they look at like how much money you have in retirement, investment, etc., or they're just looking at what you make on your job?
We're looking at what you, unless you have assets that's, you're getting a, money off of that, then we would look at that total asset and see how long it's going to continue. But for most of the programs, we're looking at just your income, where you worked the past 2 years. We're gonna ask you for your tax return. So, you need to report everything to you through your tax returns if you're self-employed. What else? That's about it, yeah.
Okay, but
Yes.
the 1% that you're saying, you're looking at it annually? 1% annually that you've been able to save?
No. 1%, if you're buying something for $500,000, I wanna see that you have $5,000 in your savings account.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
What if you own property already? Can you still utilize any of those, programs?
There are some programs that you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. Remember, most of these were 3 years, but there are, as long as it's gonna be your primary residence, you still can get assistance. There are some programs. Yes?
You know you're gonna be my new best friend, right?
I love your presentation.
Thank you. Actually, I work with Shonda, because I teach.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shonda, okay.
Yeah, I teach the home buyers workshop for Habitat in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
But in regards to the green line, is this the same one that's out of Pasadena?
No, it's a
Okay,
different green
so
line.
the NHA, that's the
This
different one
is
than that one?
Right, the one that I'm speaking of is the one we partner with NHS.
Okay.
Right.
Wonderful.
And I just had, there's another, they're all called Green Line because it was that program came about because of redlining. When, an appraiser would go out to both houses on the same street and look at the house, and because of my skin color, devalued my home. So they're both called Green Line. That are available. Any other questions right now? Yes, go ahead.
Is this a program like NACA or?
No, no, we close. What I've seen from NACA, it sounds really good. They have other programs, but I very seldom see people who close. If we're gonna tell you we can do it, we're gonna close it. Any other questions? Yes.
I feel like today is Christmas, so thank you for these gifts.
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. You know, one thing I always like to think about, when someone purchases a home and you go to their home and you say, wow, how did you do that? But that's preparation and opportunity. Yes. And so you have to do the work, and by everyone being out here today, you're starting that process. So that's, kudos to you. And learn about the different programs, take a home buyer class, talk to a lender, and I just wish everyone success on their journey to home ownership. Thank you.
How do you save the 1%?
Say it again now?
If you don't know what the value of the home that you're buying or purchasing, how do you save the 1%?
The first thing you need to do is meet with the lender. You need to bring all your documentation, and they're gonna tell you, based on the documentation you have, and if you don't have the 1%, we're gonna tell you, you're gonna need to save 1%. When you show me that you have 1%, I'll issue that letter to Gloria saying, you are my DU approval. So, yeah, so we're gonna go through the documentation, because we used to before, like say, okay, as long as you promise you're gonna get 1%, then, we would issue the letter. But what happens they take that letter to Gloria, and tomorrow she calls me and says, we're an escrow. So we want to make sure that we have all of the documentation there. So I encourage you to meet with the lender, and they're going to issue what's called a DU approval or an LP approval, and that's what you're going to take to the real estate agent or realtors, and then they will start showing you homes in that price range.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
If you're buying a property, does it have to be a single family, or can you do like with an ADU or something?
So, there's, yes, okay, so for the city program, for the HOP, that was for either a single family, a condo, or a townhome. So if you're buying units, I don't have that down payment up to 161 or 115,000. I don't have that available. So it was only for a single family, a condo, or a townhome. If you're under the CalHFA program, they will allow a single family with a duplex, with an auxiliary dwelling unit on it. They will allow that. So yes, so you can buy something, as long as it's zoned single family and not zoned duplex or more units, CalHFA will allow that.
I don't know about y'all, but that's some serious stuff she just did.
Yes, very
If
good.
y'all not, I'm a very stoic person, and I'm so glad all of y'all were facing front, because I was back there freaking out. So y'all good?
Yes.
Y'all don't need a defibrillator, because I do. Right? Thank you so much for that. I'm like, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. I got a story about that going on, but I'm not gonna put y'all through it. There you go. Get it. Take it, learn it, study it, do whatever you want. But she just dropped some serious knowledge. I wish I would have had that several years ago. Thank you so much. And what's this young lady's name?
Rosa Amaya.
Rosa. Can I get a hand for Rosa? Okay, yeah, picture. He wants a picture. I don't want to say no. Be in the front. Oh, what one? No. It's about y'all.
Ready? 1, 2. All right, ready?
So I'm gonna tell y'all why I love Rosa so much. Paramount residents, where y'all at? That's why I love Rosa so much. How many times have we done these workshops and actually had someone do something for Paramount in here? Represent! All right. Thank you so much, Rosa. She dropped some knowledge on me. I would have done a cartwheel, except I'm old. So. All right, so real quick. These programs, is it okay so far? Are you enjoying yourself? Is the information valuable? It's not free. It's free to y'all, but it is not free to me. So how do I pay for it? Tony, somebody say, be nice enough and say, Tony, how do you pay for this? Y'all see this piece of paper right here? This is how I pay for this. Are y'all hungry? If y'all want to eat, because you know I was bused to school and we did have lunch tickets. This is your lunch ticket. The people that's paying my bills right now want this lunch ticket before they feed you. Can I get the lunch ticket real quick?
Yes.
If you haven't already filled it out, please fill it out and turn it in, because this is literally how I pay for these workshops. Please. Done? Take it back there. If you've already completed your survey, what are you waiting on? Go back there and get something to eat. Man, any Inglewood residents in here? Only one? All right, well, I want to, Ms. Dixon, can you stand, please? Yes, I am doing that. This is my workshop, so I'll pretty much do what I want. So I cannot allow all the candidates to speak, so I'm not going to allow her to speak. No, I'm not doing you like that. But normally I would. You know I would. But because other candidates are not here, I cannot do what I want to do. But I want y'all to see her face. Look at it. If you have friends that live in the city of Inglewood, this young lady, she's not going to speak because I can't do it, but she's running for mayor. Thank you, Ms. Gibson, future mayor of Inglewood. Thank you very much. All right, so there's another thing I want to do while you're filling out the surveys. I got to give my hat off to the vendors that's come out here today. Now, everybody's been to church, right? Yeah. At least once? And you've heard the pastor say, whenever you get ready to get up to do your, like in a funeral, how much time do they usually give you? How much? 2 minutes. How much time is 2 minutes? It's 2 minutes, right? So I'm saying that so the vendors know I'm giving y'all 2 minutes. So can I invite all the vendors to come up, please? Adrian, you also. Yes, I'm doing that. Yes, I'm doing that. Yes, I'm doing that. I'm not going to make y'all take a group photo because I really want y'all to get these people information. All right. This is how I pay the bills. All right. So, y'all want to do y'all self-introductions or you want me to just throw something out there? You got it. You know I got stuff to say. All right. So, 1 second. Okay. Give me a second while y'all filling out. My president is here, so you know I'm trying to impress her. That's my president right there, Dr. Batts. Yeah, I was going to put you out there. So y'all see this right here? I got a lot of energy. This right here shut me down. This young lady brought it. That's her introduction. Thank you. Renee Robinson. She got that good, y'all. Pay attention. Renee Robinson, she's the owner of Milky Options, and I would like for her to give 2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay, 120 seconds, got it. Thank you, Tony. So up here, this is eucalyptus that he's sharing with all of you. But really quick, in the back table, the company is Milky Options, and as we noticed today, we all have financial goals, whether it's savings, retirement, debt, freedom, what else? Becoming a business owner and home ownership. Let's not forget that. With the goal, what's also important is a reminder. So creatively, Milky Options allows that for you to take a pause out your busy lifestyle to go back there and curate your own fragrance depending on your financial goal. So there's about 5 financial goals that I have back there on the table, and I've, chose a mixture, a really great blend that goes for each financial goal. So we'd love for you to stop by, $20, okay, for you to have your own signature fragrance. Ooh. And that's special, all right? Thank you.
Thank you. I love you, but this next person, she's got a story and a half. Do y'all know the leading cause of death for Black women in the United States? Anybody know? High blood pressure, but what does that cause? Heart disease. Okay, so I thought it was important to bring this young lady today because financial health also has to do with your health, right? And your health is usually significantly impacted by some of the financial challenges that you have in your life. So this young lady, Ms. Christina Faulkner, is going to tell you a little bit about her business.
Hello everyone, my name is Christina Faulkner. I'm nervous, so I'm going to try to take it slow.
Hey, let's pump her up, yo, let's pump her up.
I represent a company called Pharmacy. Pharmacy was created by Dr. Tuna from Istanbul, Turkey. They have over 500 different products which are for your health and also for weight loss and beauty and skincare, so everything that you need, they have. So I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure last year, and I was in the hospital for about a week. I had to take different types of supplements on top of the medicine, and a lot of the things that I got from this company helped me to get through. So I also turned it into my own business. So I sell these products online and also sell them in person at 50% commission. Most of the products there are cheap as cost, but not cheap in value. So So I have my link in here. And then also, you can join the company for $7 right now if you would like to, for a 50% commission. And I also do a weekly walk with the community and a lot of people in my community. And it's part of the 30-33 challenge. So it's 30 days, 30 minutes of cardio, and 3 products. So I was able to lose 20 pounds this month on the 30-33 challenge. I took the chocolate whey, and then I also took the chocolate collagen, and I took the creatine and pre-workout. So as you can see, a lot of this is kind of
Strong J, girl, strong J.
And then also feel free to come and visit me in the back. Sorry I ran on, but thank you very much.
I love it. All right, so now I get to do something that's even more fun. So I got invited to join the NAACP. Yeah, and my president's back there, but you know, she's not the chairman of the membership board. So the chairman of the membership board, let me tell you something. This woman is the mother of the young man that I introduced to you earlier today. Now imagine what kind of woman could she possibly be to have a son that sharp. She's got to be phenomenal, right? And hey, I only brought the best people in here today, so I'm going to continue that. Is that okay? So one of the best is Melody first.
So thoughtful, thank you. Just do the best that I can. So yes, I'm here to share with you all about the Long Beach branch of the NAACP. So you all, I've spoken to a few of you and you've asked, hey, well, we're not Black, but we're about community. Okay, we're advocating for our community. We want to advocate with civil rights and providing resources for one another. We talk about environment, think about your youth and how you would be able to support them as well. So, I mean, in short, we would love for you all to join and support your community. And it's not about what you can get from joining, but it's about how you can contribute to your community. Right? And so we mentioned earlier about community service and helping those that are undeserved or unhoused, and all of those fit within the confines of our organization. We have a number of committees, including those that are supporting with women. We even have a prison committee, right? But there's power in numbers, and so I am encouraging all of you to contribute your resources and volunteer and to support our branch as we are expanding. We are doing the work. Back at our table, please come see me. I can talk to you and share with any of questions that you may have. We also have our Freedom Fund Gala that will be in September, in which that's funding the initiatives where we can support with community impact and also for our youth. So I'm happy to be here, thank you. But I really hope to see each and every one of you become a member. It's $30 a year, but I am going to advocate for you to get a life membership where it's $100 a year. And after you've paid off the $1,000 fee, you are getting a plaque and you are sealed in stone as being an advocate nationally, right, as a part of the NAACP. So again, my name's Melody Ferguson, and I'll be at the table in the back.
All right, this one's a little off script, but I kind of had to do it. So on, what was that? What was the last meeting? May 2nd? May 2nd, right? On May 2nd, we had Module 2. In Module 2, we cover estate planning. And we had a gentleman, a very, very sharp gentleman up there, who's trying to look better than me today. Anyway, he always does, but that's another conversation. When he got up to talk about wills and trusts, it shocked me how little everyone in the room knew about it. How little everyone in the room knew about it. The next time he's going to do a presentation is going to be September 26th and again in October 10th. That is a long runway between then and now. A lot can happen between then and now. So I wanted to be able to give this gentleman 2 minutes to give whatever catchphrase, whatever he wants to give. But I want you to see his face, because the knowledge that he dropped is essential to making sure you secure your financial future and make sure your legacy is solidified for your family. I'm going to give you that guy, Mr. Adrian Duncan.
Appreciate it. Man, thank you very much. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet, but it's definitely a pleasure to be here. So, again, my name is Yolanda Duncan. I've been in the financial services business for about 29 years. Started back in, I think I was like 13. My uncle and aunt opened up a firm in LA. It's called Trojan Accounting off of 78th and Western. And as a child, I would go on summers and I would learn how to add up checks. And back then, you could call the bank to verify that there were funds, so you could deposit the checks. And so I just tried to keep on the family legacy. And the family legacy was really taking care of community through financial services. So I do a number of things in financial services, but through this series, I discuss financial planning for estate planning. Most people say, I don't need a living trust, and I don't need any kind of directions. And it was very interesting. Not just low income, but high income believes that. The former owner of the Miami Dolphins, Joe Robbie, the stadium is named after, did not have a trust. Prince did not have a trust. Aretha Franklin did not have a trust. And the list goes on. So what most people don't think is, because we're living from day to day to take care of responsibilities, we're not thinking about when something happens when we're not available. And that's usually where the problems start. All right, I've seen families not talk to each other for 10 years over the brother's Dodger cap. All right, the brother had a favorite Dodger cap, and the older sister felt entitled to take the cap, and the middle sister said, "No, I want the cap," and now the family hasn't spoken at all. So now it's uncomfortable for family reunions and Thanksgivings, and the most famous story that I've worked with was the cap. I'll be really quick because I know I got 2 minutes. So was a lady, and she was, her parents had passed away, and they had several properties. One, it was a property in San Pedro. I'd never seen an elevator in a home, but she had one. And she passed away. And she left everything to her best friend, which was the janitor at the school she worked at. And he received instructions that her pet cat was to be taken to a cat sanctuary. The cat sanctuary received the cat, and they said, well, they brought the cat into the cat sanctuary. The cat sanctuary says, you guys got the nerve, you guys didn't call us. Who told you guys it was okay to drop this cat off? He says, okay, as a trustee, I'm doing exactly what the trust is telling me to do, deliver this cat. He said, we don't want the cat, all right? He says, okay, you just have to sign off and just say you don't want this cat. So he took the cat to another sanctuary. The other sanctuary was glad to accept the cat, because with the cat came $1 million care package to take care of this cat for the other cat sanctuary found out about it, and they were like, hey, we're just calling you back about that cat. Still got it? Right? So, as an example, a living trust can hold any instructions, every and all. Basically, you're speaking for yourself as if you were here but not being here. And I advise everyone to consider looking into one, speaking with an attorney, speaking with me, but really thinking about putting something together so that there aren't any issues. So, thank you again for inviting me. It's great to be here. What's more stuff to talk about?
Before you go, are there any cat people in here? And I'm trying to prepare. All right, shameless plug. All the attorneys in the room, please raise your hand. I did that on purpose. All right. Just so you know, there's an attorney in the room. Just so you know. Anyway, once again, please complete those surveys because it's lunchtime. But before we start eating, I want to introduce this next gentleman. Yeah, I'm a ham. We'll talk to you. Do y'all know how hard it is to get men in this room? Could all the men please stand up, please? Thank you. So, earlier when we got started, trust me, there's a reason why I'm saying this, right? Earlier when we got started, I made a quip about how easy it is to get women to show up and how difficult it is to get men to show up. Do you know how much I market to men? I market to men 10 times more than women. Do you know how, let me tell you what I have to do to get women in this room. Hey, I have a financial literacy workshop. That's it. and then I shut up. Oh, you would think that would work for the men, because I'm always hungry, right? I go knock down the men's doors, I go to football games, basketball games, I'm going to their churches, their men's meetings, their barbecues, I'm doing all this, and I'm even asking their wives to invite their husbands. And I still have 95% women in these workshops. Now, what's interesting is you would think those men would want the women to be, I don't know, if they're married, financially, intelligent. So, maybe not spend so much. I don't know. I don't think that's happening anymore. But you would think they would show up to at least, what's this dude talking about? Who's this dude that you're going to see? I don't think they're fazed by me. Is it because my beard's brown? Anyway, so I'm excited about this gentleman because for one, he's a gentleman. And for two, he's really, really sharp. I'm excited about him. I see him going places, and I see a lot of myself in him because he has a drive that's obvious. And he's also a member of Helpline Youth Counseling who's paying for this presentation today. So I'm very grateful to him and his colleagues, and without further ado, I'm going to give you Mr. Jabari Hopkins.
Hello, everyone. I know a lot of you met my colleague Isabella earlier, but I'm just here to reiterate what she said. So we're here to support the community, okay, first and foremost, through our organization called Community Family Resource Center. And so I know that a lot of things are happening right now in the community. You see gas prices going up, things don't seem as affordable as they once were. We're here to kind of help support that, okay? We're trying to be the middleman. So if you need help like with utilities or maybe rental assistance or education support, we're here to help you, in a sense, find the resources that you need that you don't know about. Because a lot of things are available to us, just like today. You didn't know. That's why you're here to get the information. So if you need any help finding out information about resources that are free, I'll say that again, free, you can sign up with our program, and we will provide one-on-one support with case managers that will allow you to help sustain your situation, okay? And also we have community advisory committees as well, that we go out in different communities throughout Supervisor District 4. Myself and Isabella work in South Bay particularly, so pretty much Long Beach, San Pedro, towards Paramount as well, Carson, Torrance. And we go to different communities, and we want to hear the voice of the community members, so we know what supports to provide. We don't want to just tell you what you want. That wouldn't be effective, would it? So we go to the different communities and we ask, hey, what would you like to see in your community? And we try to support that, just like this workshop here. So we will be having another one in Long Beach as well next month. So if any of you have any comments or any recommendations, we're always welcome to hear it at our back table as well. But just come on back there, see us, maybe sign up. If you don't want to sign up, maybe you know someone else who may be in need, feel free to share our flyer with them as well. But thank you.
All right. And with that, did everybody finish your surveys?
Yes.
Show me your surveys. Hold them up. Wave them in the air and wave it like you just don't care, and take them back to Smart and enjoy your lunch. We're going to get started back at 1:10. Woo! How you doing, Angela? How you doing?
Yeah. Is that housing, is that ecosystem just for the community?
That's what this is for. It's Daddy. You always have the best.
Always the best shirt.
And she be coming up with some stuff. No, let me get this one. Come on. Let me get this one. I love this one.
Get the shirt.
Oh, look at it.
Get the shirt.
Oh.
And everyone we're gonna
Tony
get
is
the
so
different
cool. I
shirt.
forgot that I got some
This is what I'm talking about.
I almost forgot about it. I was like, how can I do
Hold on, now, check this out. And it's tasty too.
Hey, you gotta take a picture with her.
Dubai.
He's
doing all this.
They're bringing me food. You know, I love this.
Oh, you doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
1, 2.
Yeah, like of course, I was like, you didn't know this for us. The least we
And
can.
you just stop by my table and see what happens.
Oh my God, magic happened.
One more time.
The light?
Look this
The
way.
light? This one? You know what? This is such a good energy. You bring everyone together.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, we famous now.
We famous.
We famous now. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Which website we gonna see them on the website?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're so awesome. Thank you.
Can I get one after you? Yeah. And maybe you want to go ahead and preach it?
I have it on my messages.
Ready, friends? You're right.
You're right.
Ready on 3. 1, 2.
Tony.
Yes, ma'am. You want all the members or you just want to? Look at this. Now, Rover, you get up there. She dropped it for Paramount. I can't make it till you there. Everybody, shimmy, Cocoa Pop.
It's all good. That looks delicious. Is it good?
Yes, no text you, okay?
I love macaroni salad. I should have got it just to get the macaroni. We'll see. We'll see if I make sure.
Yeah, fried rice.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see what kind of food we got.
Everything all right? That's what I'm talking about.
You want to say something to the live?
Oh, let me get over here by my logo. I don't even know if they. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're live.
We're live.
My bad. I didn't realize we were live.
No, you're good.
Hello, everybody out there in cyber world. Sorry, I've been a little busy. I wanted to be able to say hi. Thank you so much for viewing. We still got a whole lot of show to go. We're going to be covering credit and debt management, asset protection, as well as life insurance. So stay tuned. We're just going to have some food right now because, you know, people are looking at me like they were hungry. So I had to make sure I took care of that. So go ahead and grab your bite and see you soon. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Oh, you're okay. You're okay. You're part of this. You're part of this.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been like
Joshua, talk to me.
Yes. And then you got your shirt. Oh yeah, I gave it to him. Okay. Wonderful, thank you. Thank you.
I usually don't put much on, but
So I'm getting the information for her to give
be the Isabella or the gentleman in gray. And where you get all your cool shirts from?
Believe me, the time is now because of the situations that we're in, and we definitely need to be promoting love, not hate, communication, and working very well with one another to get rid of this current leadership.
That's what I said. We double up on the love.
Double up on
they
that
go
love.
on the haterism, we go on the love, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we gotta do.
We did real good up there.
I don't know what to do with it when she starts growing,